So before anything, you start with putting in your wax, which is this right here, and you can see it has a roll-on. So basically you just slide it in like that all the way inside. And it's very important to note is that you need to prepare this ahead of time, because you do need to have it warm for about 30 minutes before you're gonna do it. So basically you just slip in the AC cord. So slip it in, plug it in, let it sit for about 30 minutes. This little V right here, the little logo, and I think you can kind of see it where it turns on. There's a little red light, so that means it's warming. I am going to be trying this wax on him since he has much more coarser and much more hair than I do, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do that for him, and hopefully he's a really good trooper by letting me try it on him first, and then I'm gonna do myself. I decided I would show you. I opened one of the little packets of the removal wipes, and they really feel like a good quality. They feel cloth-like. It does feel like actual cloth, and you can kind of see it. You hear it. I've had other wax kits that the little removal strip feels very, very delicate, and I've had some break apart in my hands, and so I really do enjoy the quality of this strip. After 30 minutes you need to check on a strip of paper to see if it goes on smoothly. If it doesn't, then just leave it for an additional 10 to 20 minutes, and then if it starts going smoothly, then you can go ahead and use it. So this is the area that we're gonna wax right here. It's just part of an area that he decided he wanted to get rid of. And as you can see, as the wax starts warming up, you can see a little pink show from the wax. And so now his this area has already, he's just taken a shower, it's been washed, dried clean, and so it's ready to apply. Now you have to apply it in the same direction as the hair growth. And one thing I do want to mention here, maybe you can tell, see how it's still kind of tacky. I still had to leave it warm up a little bit longer, and you can tell because it didn't smoothly remove all of the area, and it was a little bit more painful that way. So once I warmed it up very well and it was more of a runny consistency, my husband said it wasn't painful at all. Also, when you are going to remove it, you remove it in the opposite on the opposite of the hair growth. So in this case, if the hair growth is going down, you pull it the opposite way. Also, my husband was very stubborn, and he didn't want to trim his longer hair. It is recommended to avoid any skin damage, or also to have uneven hair removal. You need to trim the longer hairs. Now here are all the wax strips we used in order to remove his hair, and as you can see, it's very well quite full, and we used many strips, but it was successful. It was a pretty good removal, as you can see by this picture right here. It did remove quite a bit, and then after we did remove it, we used the little finishing wipes, and they're very good. It's a very nice light fragrance, and it's like an oil to soothe the skin after it's been, you know, waxed and irritated, which wasn't painful at all. My husband says it was much easier than he imagined, and keeping the it did remain at a good temperature, and it made it really easy actually. It would have helped if he would have trimmed the long hairs, but overall it was a very successful hair removal, and now I'm gonna try it on myself. Hi guys, so I just finished trying myself the VEET EasyWax that I got but it was very hard to remove. First of all, you can hardly see my hair. Second of all, the little that you can see, since it's so thin, it's very difficult for the wax to actually grab onto and remove. So there was areas that it did miss. So I did my underarm area, and there were areas that were not removed completely. That is one of the areas that I do actually have more thicker hair, but even so, it didn't completely remove all of my hair. I would say out of 100%, it probably removed 75, which is still not that bad, but not ideal. In my husband's opinion, he didn't want to come out in camera, but he did like it. This did remove 100% of his hair. It's great that I don't have to worry about guessing the correct temperature or having to reheat it in the microwave or hurrying up and using it and then going back to reheat it. You have to warm it up according to instructions was 30 minutes. It wasn't 30 minutes. I did the wax needed to preheat for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes in order to be at a more manageable temperature where the wax would actually glide on easily and actually remove hair. Let's see. I do like that it's very easy to use. You don't have to worry about this slipping because it does come with a really, really good little grip here on both sides, so this doesn't slip while using it. I do like that it's much less messier than any conventional waxes that I've used in the past. With all the spilling and the little spatulas or whatever, you get a little bit here, but you know that's another thing. Cleaned up. I did my husband's area of hair removal was pretty big, and I did my underarm, and look, this is the little refill, and it's only down to here, and we did a pretty big area, so it's only like a quarter, less than a quarter of the whole wax. So definitely will be buying more for him. I personally will not be using it because, like I said, wax I've discovered is not for me, since the type of hair that I have is not the type of hair that can easily be removed with wax. But for him, he definitely did like it. He will be using it again. And like I said, the wax, the little cartridge, seems to last a good amount of time. So that's good. And the fact that it has a little base to keep it there. My only negatives, like I said, is that, you know, you have to preheat it for a good 40 minutes, 45 minutes, which, you know, you have to plan out your waxing well ahead of time. Other than that, in general, I think I would give it a 7 or 8. For my personal use, I don't give it anything lower because it's not really the wax's fault that I have very thin hair. And my husband gives it a 9 because it's very easy. It was relatively pain-free. I mean, it wasn't anything excruciating like he's had before, mostly because I think he's burned himself. So that's good. It eliminates the guessing of the temperature and if it's okay or if you're going to burn yourself. So yes, we will be using this in the future. Well, my husband will. I won't. Just because I don't have enough hair for it to grab on. But in general, yes, we're pretty happy. So thank you, Influenster. Thank you, VEET, for this awesome product. And I do say awesome because it did remove my hair, my husband's hair. So yay, I have a less hairier of a husband. And so thanks for watching, and I hope I didn't bore you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.